The hell's up with the Jared Leto cult? By tell us more, dude. This was recommended to me. I'm interested. The twisted cult.
What happens to a man when
of Jared freaking Leto. You know, the actor. Morbius. Haven't seen that film, but it was memed to shit. People loved it. And he's also more known to me as the singer of 30 Seconds to Mars. Freaking, what's that their song called? Like, that's the one. Wow. Now that is old. What the hell is this Windows Movie Maker ass shit? This is an actual movie, I see. Yeah, you guys remember. Anyway, that guy. What's wrong with him? Huh? Tell me more.
And start treating him like a god. Does he reject it? Does he embrace it? Or does he abuse it? Most people know Jared Leto, the actor, a talented performer whose obsessive nature sometimes makes him take things too far. Others know Jared Leto, the musician, a charismatic frontman whose larger-than-life persona blurs the lines between art and self-glorification. But a small group of his most loyal fans know Leto as something else, a leader. They call themselves the Echelon. They gather on private islands, dress in all white, and treat his performances almost like religious experience.
I just had an idea for my cult name, Loomis. I think we start the lonniedos. What do you think? What up, Joey?
And they insist with proud smiles that outsiders just wouldn't understand. When you're on top of the world, the rules start to feel different. The boundaries that govern normal behavior can begin to blur. Jared Leto has always pushed the envelope with his acting. For Dallas Buyers Club, he starved himself to lose 30 pounds and refused to break character as a trans woman for weeks, insisting crew members treat him as female even when the cameras weren't rolling.
That is very respectable, and I think that we should support Jared Leto's identity in its current form, whatever that may mean at the time. You Leto him alone. Freaking. Damn, Joey. What is, he's in American Psycho, right? I think whenever I watch that with somebody, they're always like, Jared Leto's in this? And I'm like, who? Omega Lol?
Chapter 27.
30 Seconds to Mars, Jimmy?
To play John Lennon's killer, developing gout so severe he needed a wheelchair to move around the set. But it was during
he does look a little Jesus-y.
Filming of Suicide Squad, where he played the Joker, that he finally...
Which one? The first one? This looks like the first one. Oh, he was the actual Joker. Okay, my bad. What a fever dream.
Too far. He sent various inappropriate gifts to his co-stars, claiming it was part of his method acting. But while method acting is about understanding a character's psychology...
I heard that as gifts. He sent various inappropriate gifts. It's part of my character. I'm evil. I'm sending you the gift that says, fuck you.
More interested in using it as an excuse to harass people.
Oh, how about the gifts you gave everyone? Rats, bullets, a hog. Where did that come from?
Don't forget the anal beads.
I'm sorry, what gifts? A hog? A wretched Huggins?
Claiming it was part of his method acting. But while method acting is about understanding a character's psychology, Leto seemed more interested in using it as an excuse to harass people.
Oh, how about the gifts you gave everyone? Rats, bullets, a hog. Where did that come from?
Don't forget the anal beads.
I'd like to get a hog for Jared Leto. I mean, from Jared Leto.
Did you send anal?
Let me see that hog.
The used condoms.
Did not.
And this was method acting for what film? So I can see it immediately. The Joker? The Server Side Squad? He did this to be the Joker? I'm playing a joke on you. Here's the anal beads in the mail. My dad always tells a story about when he used to work at a horse track and sent some castrated balls to some op of his, some enemigo, someone he didn't like, I assume, or maybe it was his buddy and it was just a disgusting prank. But you know, they were gonna castrate the horse anyway, I assume. I don't think he did it for the prank. I think he just was like, I got all these horse nuts laying in my lab in bottles or whatever. Better prank somebody.
I mean,
it's fucked up.
Step back, Frank. You can't just say use condoms and we're just gonna like forget.
I know it's a
like used by him? That is not okay. That'll get you canceled by the woke mob. Just kidding. By not even the wokest of mobs. I think sensible people would have issue with that.
Family show, but we can educate people.
Even this guy has issue with that. He's like, I'll give you my address.
At least they were used.
At least? No, I'd prefer unused product. Thank you, Jared.
Use condoms.
That his ego's out of control. Or it's part of the act.
Oh, everybody.
There's really no justification for this behavior, especially since Leto's Joker turned out to be terrible anyway. When asked about his antics, his co-stars did their best to stay professional, but you could tell from the way they spoke about it and the grimaces they made that it really freaked them out.
Did you get one?
A lot of people were probably telling him that his behavior was unacceptable during that time, so he didn't know who to take seriously, I assume. My client's innocent.
Yes, I got so many weird things. I can't even begin to tell you the weird things I got.
You talk about commitment.
You can't begin to tell us? You can't tell us anything? It's that bad.
Roby, a black rat was still alive in a box. She screamed.
I don't like rats.
I got that. Jared sent.
Wait, we can't just skip over that.
Yeah.
We gotta use condom. What do you say? What do you think?
You know, you say Jared has gone full Joker.
They all kept their true feelings.
I'm the Joker, baby! Here's my sexual residue.
But Jared got dragged online for what
You
he
freaky,
did.
huh?
People felt he crossed the line, and the backlash grew strong enough that the following year he tried to walk the whole thing back.
What exactly did people get wrong about the Joker?
I mean, I just think that there were some things, you know, that were mentioned about, like...
Not the Gucci knit grandma sweater, dude. What the hell going on?
Gifts and the
Looking
fact
fresh
that I
as
was
fuck.
giving used condoms to people, which was not true.
We can
Well, then why did you happily say that it was? You were just lying?
say that right now. That is not true.
That was the joke. That was the Joker part.
Not true. And what are you going to do at that moment? You can't even, it doesn't matter how loud you shout or hold up a sign, you know, with your pants off in Times Square. People are going to go with the story that they want to run.
Especially if you're the narrator with the pants off Times Square type shit, and that's your vibe. I feel like I wouldn't take you as serious as I normally would if you weren't doing all that.
This didn't make much sense because he was talking like he didn't admit these things himself. He later tried downplaying it all as harmless gift giving between the cast, but then quickly went back on the defensive.
The cost.
And to see it kind of taken and manipulated, taken out of context, and to be made this really horrid thing, and then to have people speak about it
absolutely
like it was
awful,
offensive,
wretched, like the hog I didn't
you
send.
You
remember the beginning? The hog was fake. All right.
I'll work the way I work. You can kiss my ass if you don't like it.
This controversy is...
Wait, so you did do it or you didn't do it? He said, you can kiss my ass, I'll do it again. I didn't do it though.
One of the more well-known examples of Leto's strange behavior, but it's barely the tip of the...
Which one's Jared Leto? Not this one. This is a Ken doll or a wax figure.
The iceberg. When you start digging into his past, it gets much, much worse.
Ain't
In
no way.
1994, a then unknown Jared Leto landed his breakout role as Jordan Catalano in My So-Called Life. With his brooding looks and natural charisma, he quickly established himself as a Hollywood heartthrob. Roles in cult classics like Fight Club, American Psycho, and Requiem for a Dream followed.
Okay, so he's in lots of stuff.
Proving he had the acting chops
that
to
I
match
forgot
his
about.
man appeal. But acting wasn't enough. In 1998, in parallel with his successful run in Hollywood, Leto and his brother Shannon formed a band called 30 Seconds to Mars. What could have been dismissed as another actor's vanity project would instead become something far more significant and concerning. The band found a lot of success in the alternative rock scene. Their mix of epic rock anthems and relatable themes about struggle, love, and faith struck a chord with audiences. When The Kill hit radio stations in the mid-2000s, it cemented 30 Seconds to Mars' place in...
The Venus flytrap symbolizes we are almost to Mars. Bury me, I'm dying.
The alternative music world. The music video, which features an eerie and passionate performance from Leto, racked up millions of views. 2 of their earlier albums went platinum, and the band's ambitions grew. Their live shows became legendary for their intensity, and the group toured endlessly, so much that they earned a Guinness World Record for the most live shows during a single album cycle.
Wow.
While other actors' bands came and went, Leto's kept going from strength to strength. He understood that music could give him something acting couldn't: direct access to adoring fans who would treat him like a king. These followers came to be known as
Don't give him that.
The name itself is telling, a military term for units falling in formation, each one falling in line behind the other. At first, it seemed like typical fan club branding. The devoted fans, the merch, the sense of community. We'd seen it all before with other bands, but Leto had bigger ambitions. The Echelon wasn't just a fan club, it was a family. At least that's how Jared sold it. Members would follow the band around the world, attending every possible show. They'd get tattoos of the band's triad symbol, share inside jokes, and defend Leto fiercely against any criticism. At one point, the band even released merchandise that said, yes, this is a cult. Played off as humor, but in hindsight, maybe it wasn't so funny.
I wasn't going to ask about this, but
I mean, cults, in their defense, well, not. In his defense, they usually don't sell shirts that admit that they're a cult. Right? So, you know, nice hat.
Did you mention it right before the interview started? You have an echelon? What is the
What
deal
a
with that?
bambuki?
Kind of like an entourage?
It's no. That's
No, it's more like my family.
a name that has been given to our most passionate fans out
Our
there.
family.
And they are a very, very unique group of people
It's
that really
wholesome,
believe in 30
really.
seconds to Mars, and they travel.
It's
from
not even creepy. See, make it uncreepy, Jared. Tell him.
show to show to show, and it's the very core following
So serious. Haha, it's a funny cult. I mean, not cult. Fuck.
that we have. Yes, it is a cult.
Oh, shit, he said it. All right, well, at least we heard it from the horse's mouth.
Is a
No
cult.
allegations
it can
here.
Be defined as a social group built around a charismatic leader, where members display intense devotion and their beliefs or practices set them apart from mainstream society. By this definition, Leto's comment isn't far from the truth. His social media posts often contain the words "you wouldn't understand," a saying his devoted followers quickly adopted as their own. It's a
Just
subtle
wouldn't
way
understand
of reinforcing
me.
the idea that they're part of something
I'm
special,
kinda like the
something
Joker.
outsiders couldn't possibly comprehend. Eventually, their concerts began to feel less like rock shows and
going
more
on
like
here?
idol worship gatherings. Leto would perform from elevated platforms, dressed in flowy robes, and dance around the stage like some rock and roll messiah.
Brother, I don't understand. The drip is crazy. You got a lovely collection of blouses, and the hair is going in the wind. But let's see that business card, man.
We were accustomed to
I
his
just want to
fans
trigger it.
obsessing over him and putting him on a pedestal, and ultimately he came to expect it. In 2011, we got a taste of this when he publicly humiliated an audience member for sitting down during his show.
Sounds like they humiliated themselves, because they didn't come to fucking rock. Is that him? What the fuck? Was he method acting during this? Does anyone know? Was he acting as Motley Crue Dennis Reynolds?
Hold on. Hey, buddy.
Hey, pal,
Hey,
stand
yo,
up.
You, with your fingers in your chin beard. What are you sitting on your fucking ass for?
In your chin beard.
Huh? This is the 30 Seconds to Mars show, okay?
I'm wearing a magical robe. I have a mullet.
If you can't stand up, you
Party in the back, business in the front, and more like up top.
better be up off your fucking ass right now, you hear me? Does he understand what I'm saying to him right now? No, don't look behind you, I'm looking at you. Yes, you.
That should be obvious.
Yes, you. Oh, thank you very much.
This leads us on to Camp Mars. In 2015, Leto created an experience that would bring him closer to his fans than ever before, away from regular concerts and
I don't think he should be that close.
Conventional meet and greets.
Not
He
camp
established something
counselor
far more
distance.
personal. A Malibu retreat where he could spend days undisturbed with his most devoted followers.
Who has something like this? Who does a camp like this?
Jared.
No one else does.
And also, you know, Freaks, Midsummer,
It's
the movie.
a really beautiful gift to be able to do something that's so unique.
Packages ranged from basic tent camping to VIP experiences, each promising different.
Okay, so you can pay $10 or $2,000 for the VIP experience where we wash your brain.
Different levels
Which
of
would you
access
prefer?
to Leto himself. Outdoor activities, acoustic performances, and group meditations filled the schedule. What started as a one-off event quickly became an annual tradition, but for Leto,
Like
that wasn't
Bonnaroo?
enough. In 2019, he took things further
Just kidding, I don't think that happens annually because I barely remember what that was.
with Mars Island, a 3-day retreat on a private Croatian island.
But we're excited about it. Looking forward to taking a dip in the sea.
Taking a dip!
Beautiful sunsets. I've been known to like a good sunset.
The basic
Nothing wrong with that. Nothing wrong with liking a good sunset.
package started at $1,700 and went up to $7,200 for the VIP option. But if you wanted the full experience, dubbed the Phoenix package, you were required to pay an undisclosed amount.
Which is the one where I get human trafficked the most likely?
Reportedly, these
I think I'd like to pay for that
experiences
one.
included alone time with Leto as one of the main perks. Fans were encouraged to prove their dedication through purchasing, whether it was special merchandise, an extra night stay, or symbolic tattoos. This business model bears striking similarities to other controversial organizations like NXIVM or Scientology, where devotion and dollars are inextricably linked. Mornings on Mars Island were filled with yoga,
Yeah, but
water sports,
fortunately for Jared, he's in a band, so this is bordering on acceptable behavior in some circles and circumstances.
and other group activities. But it was the afternoons and evenings that painted
It's
a
just
much
a
more
VIP
sinister
trip
picture.
for his fans.
Attendees, mostly young women,
We have to wear cloaks, and you're all going to listen to me go on my soapbox here with no microphone. Listen up.
would dress in all white for what looked almost like ceremonial gatherings.
Everybody find a spot to
It's
lay down on the
midsummer.
ground.
I'm gonna get my robe dirty that I got for this specifically, so who cares?
During the first retreat, pictures emerged of everyone in their white clothes following Leto around the island. He was giving speeches in various different locations as his throng of devoted followers
Peace
hung
out,
onto his
dog.
every
Pancake,
word.
appreciate
His
ya.
brother was nowhere to be seen in most of the images that came out, but it's hardly surprising. This was never about the band. It was about building something
it's
that placed
Rocket League
Leto
time?
firmly at the center, and this was only made more obvious by the shows they held at the retreat. The performances were dubbed the Church of Mars, 2 intimate shows where Leto appeared draped in white robes.
This guy says it's Rocket League time. Whoa, I'm
Hey,
getting
who said that?
I'm getting a slight feeling that Brad wants to play Rocket League.
A few moments later.
Yeah, I'm gonna go finish my video about Jared Leto, but I'll see you guys around. Yeah, love those guys, but God, interrupt my movie again, see what happens. Damn it. Anyway, where was I? Relocking in the cult of Jared Leto, back at it to see the ending.
Firmly at the center, and this was only made more obvious by the shows they held at the retreat. The performances were dubbed the Church of Mars, 2 intimate shows where Leto appeared draped in white robes like some sort of spiritual figure. The imagery wasn't subtle, but then again, Leto has never tried to be. Since the debut of Mars Island, the retreats have continued taking place. The prices have risen, but the demand hasn't wavered. The echelon remains as devoted as ever, but as Mars Island has grown in popularity, so have
Mars
concerns about
Island?
Leto's past.
So the band is named after this fucking bullshit? It's all connected. Dun, 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 dun. I mean, it's not that surprising, I guess, but it is some freaky bullshit.
In interviews throughout his career, we've seen Leto's desire for power and control play out, especially with female journalists. What's presented as charm and charisma often crosses into something more unsettling. Leto has developed a signature approach. He brings interviewers uncomfortably close, makes inappropriate comments about their appearance, and creates situations where they're forced to play along with his advances.
You're quite beautiful, by the way.
Thank you.
What the fuck?
I just tell the truth.
Smaller.
I just noticed how perfect your hair was. It's so perfect. Do you do it yourself or does someone else
I
do
do
it?
it myself.
Normally complimenting is normal, but he makes it sound so weird.
Thank you very much.
I meant more in the sense of like, photography or what.
joking. We're joking.
Okay.
Okay. Oh, Jesus.
Look at that. For a long
I'm a
time,
scary guy.
constraints your make. What turns me on? I would like to answer that by
Music! And if I'm the Joker, method acting at the time, violence probably.
asking a question. What doesn't turn me on?
You know, the light
Everything,
is starting
actually.
to hit your body in a way, and it made me notice your hair and how lovely you
Turning
look.
the color of my shirt right
But
now.
you have like skin
Blue?
poking out here, and these, a whole thing happened.
Don't let go.
You have such nice skin. I'd love to wear it under my trench coat.
Don't let go.
I'm the normalest guy in town.
Don't let go.
Notice how he pushes the interactions well past the point of discomfort. The women constantly find themselves trapped between maintaining professionalism and dealing with unwanted physical contact.
Thank you, Amelia, sweetie.
Thank you so much.
Jared. Oh, are we? Okay, she's not going anywhere.
I haven't finished here. There's work yet to be done.
Have you had it?
Into her eyes, they're absolutely, insane. They're gold and blue and...
These moments follow a pattern. Leto uses his status to create situations where women can't easily object. They're on camera trying to conduct a professional interview, while he turns a situation into something...
Yeah, it kind of sounded like he started complimenting her before he even looked at her. Like he's just She has like 2 eyes and 2 arms, I'm pretty sure, and like a name, I think.
Creepy and
Hair.
predatory. And if this is how he behaves when the cameras are rolling, you can only imagine what happens behind closed doors. Allegations of Leto's predatory behavior are documented as far back as 2005, when the New York Post published an article detailing how the then 33-year-old Leto was aggressively pursuing teenage models.
He was 33 in 2005? How old is he now? 100? 58? 105 years old? Holy shit. Jared Leto age. 53, dude! Bro is pushing 79!
According to their sources, he would book hotel suites near where young models were staying and bombard them with text messages. The article said he's been approaching all the girls and inviting them to his shows. He's a serial texter. He's constantly texting 16 and 17-year-old girls. It's really kind of creepy.
No, super creepy. Not kind of. That's exceedingly creepy. No grown-ass man needs to send a text message. Just call me.
To one off. In 2013, multiple women allegedly made sexual assault allegations against him on a now-deleted message board. The accusations ranged from sexual coercion to pedophilia, and many of the stories were seriously disturbing. One woman said, "I met Jared Leto when I was 17 on one of his movie sets in Brooklyn when he was turning 34. Apparently, she would often meet Leto at hotels near Gramercy Park in New York. She claimed that Leto told her to verbally tell him that she was 14 or 15, adding he was quite pushy into coercing me to do sexual acts with him, and he was quite rough and forceful." That same year, Leto did an interview where he was questioned about some sexual lyrics in his songs.
Let's talk about the lyrics. You can probably guess which lyrics I'm going to pick out of Up in the Air.
I don't know. Surprise me.
I'll wrap my hands around your neck so tight with love, love, love.
Yeah.
Quite erotic.
Is it?
No.
A little bit
it's
more
funny that you would take it that way.
About
Yeah, it's almost like you're a freak of nature or something. Not me, Jared Leto.
Well, tell us what the song's about if that's.
How could you interpret my words that way?
I think,
you
what is it they say,
animal!
Everything is about sex, except for sex. Sex is about power.
We know Jared thrives off the feeling of control. That much is clear from everything we've seen so far.
I thought it was about love and procreation. Am I old-fashioned? Am I cooked, chat? Let me know.
To make him feel untouchable, leading him to flaunt his power in increasingly obvious ways. In
Look
May
at him.
2013, 30 Seconds to Mars ran a competition titled The Sleepover. It was supposedly done to promote their new album, but it may have had a much darker purpose. The call to action read, pre-order your copy of Love, Lust, Faith and Dreams for a chance to be one of 5 winners who will receive an exclusive invitation to the lab.
Not the lab, dude!
Magical night we are calling The Sleepover.
It's
One
real.
of 5 winners will spend the night in Jared's house in Jared's very own bed. Yes, it
Doesn't get much better than this, I guess, for a contest. I mean, you could just win every girl's dream. Is it irresponsible? Absolutely not. Is it a liability? Potentially. If not, almost certainly.
It's true. Leto followed this up with a creepy tweet saying, "I'll admit, my bed is more like a hotel than most."
Never have I ever hooked up with a fan on tour. Really? Yeah.
Oh my gosh. That's crazy.
In 2015, the situation escalated with allegations against him from within Hollywood
fucking
itself.
cringe,
In the
dude.
early hours of the morning on June 8th, James Gunn, the director of blockbuster movies like Guardians of the Galaxy, went live on Periscope and discussed Leto's predatory behavior. No record of the video is left online, but reports indicate that he expressed a dislike for Leto and called him out for sleeping with underage girls. The following morning, he made this post on Instagram. "Good morning to
Why do
Bobby-
people like this guy? His movies aren't good, but I forget he's in them. His band sucks ass.
Tough
His
Columbia.
cult
And sorry to
is in
all
the
of you
band.
around the world who saw
Allegedly.
my ambient-fueled Periscope session.
Even though he did say it is a cult, and that it is named Mars, and that it does take 30 seconds to get there.
last
He didn't say
night
the
at
last
3
part.
a.m. Yes, I erased it. 3 years on from this, when things appear to have quietened down, another allegation surfaced, this time from Dylan Sprouse. He tagged Jared on Twitter saying, "Yo, Jared Leto, now that you slid into the DMs of every female model aged 18 to 25, what would you say your success rate is?" This was unexpected. Many
He
wondered
cooking
why
your
Dylan
ass.
Sprouse, who they grew up watching on The Sweet Life of Zack and Cody, would be calling out Jared Leto. But on closer inspection, the answer seems clear. Dylan had recently begun dating Hungarian model Barbara Palvin, who at 24 was right in the age range he mentioned. Having started in the industry at 16, Palvin had spent years in the same circles where these alleged pursuits took place. It's likely that through their relationship, Dylan learned firsthand about Leto's behavior in the modeling industry, whether through Barbara's personal experiences or those of her peers. In response to his tweet, James Gunn popped up again saying he starts at 18 on the internet. Following this, Dylan posted a story on Instagram of an email he received from Twitter. Apparently, he'd received a complaint regarding his account due to the tweet he made about Leto. However, after investigating, Twitter said they couldn't identify any violation of their rules, and therefore had decided to take no action. Dylan's response: "Nice try, Satan." Despite the allegations against Leto spanning decades, his response has been complete silence. No denials, no explanations, just a noticeable absence of any comment or recognition. Yet somehow, his position in Hollywood has remained stable. He continues to land major roles in blockbuster films, while his controversial behavior gets swept under the rug. He benefits from a system that protects him on all fronts, a devoted fan base that defends him fiercely, an industry that turns a blind eye to controversy, and a celebrity status that shields him from consequences. The echelon grows, Mars Island sells out, movie budgets get bigger, and all those allegations, they just fade into whispers, drowned out by the sound of thousands chanting his name.
Damn. That's fucked up, dude. I didn't even know that he was a weird guy like that, dude. Shout out to Tell Us More. They simply freaking told me all I needed to know. Frick that guy. And his goddamn 30 seconds to band.